If you've been to India or live here, you're familiar with the wonders of UPI, a three-letter phenomenon that has transformed daily lives. You pull out your phone, scan a QR code and make a payment, as simple as that. And now India is sharing it with the rest of the world. UPI is all set to become India's next big export. Some countries in the neighborhood already use it. Soon, Gulf countries like Saudi Arabia and Bahrain may also have UPI. India is talking to them to enable bank-to-bank transfers and cross-border transactions via UPI. Reports say the talks are in early stages and that the Gulf countries are showing a lot of interest. This will help Indians in the region, the Indian diaspora. We're talking about more than 7 million Indians. They regularly send money home. Every year, non-resident Indians or NRIs in the Gulf send back $89 billion. That's 65% of India's total remittances. So far, they've been doing it through banks, but imagine making these transfers from their phones with minimum charges. And yes, charges would apply. You see, UPI transactions within India are free, but if you make a cross-border transaction, then there will be a fee, anywhere between $3 to $6, according to one report. And it may be worth the cost, given what UPI has been able to do in India. UPI stands for Unified Payments Interface, but it's now become a ubiquitous payments interface. It's everywhere. Go to the remotest parts of India and you'll most likely find vendors with QR codes. Go to the busiest parts of your city and the people you see may not be carrying a photo ID, but almost all of them will have a UPI ID. It's an instant payment system. It runs mostly on a mobile phone. It is used to transfer money in real time just by scanning a code. And its success at home is driving its global expansion. UPI has some clear strengths. The first, of course, is convenience. It has disrupted payments in India. You don't have to carry cash anymore. The technology is easy to use. All payment apps support it, and all major banks have adopted it. This interoperability has fueled the high adoption. UPI's second strength is its reliability. And like always, I have some numbers. In January this year, about 8 billion transactions happened through UPI. 8 billion. Do you know how much money was transferred? Nearly $200 billion. Going by the Indian government's assessment, India does more digital transactions than the US, the UK, Germany and France combined.
The digital payment transactions amounted to $1.5 trillion annualized basis. And that is, if you compare the total of US digital transactions, UK, Germany, France, combine the four, multiply by 4.
4 times bigger. That's massive. And this ecosystem is growing. The UPI is used by close to 300 million individuals and 50 million merchants. This proves how resilient the system is. So there is convenience, there is scale, and there is reliability. But the biggest benefit of UPI is financial inclusion. I have another statistic for you. In 2022, UPI transactions in semi-urban and rural stores skyrocketed. By how much? A record 650%, 650%. And these are towns and cities where until recently a lot of citizens did not even have a bank account. Today they are paying with their phones. The world is taking notice of this success story. Many countries want to adopt India's UPI. The trend in fact began with Bhutan. Bhutan adopted the UPI in 2021. Last year, Nepal joined the club. So did the UAE. Indian travelers to the UAE were allowed to pay through their UPI-linked accounts. Now, going by one estimate, at least 23 countries support UPI in some form or the other, and the story gets better. Recently, NRIs have been given greater access to UPI. Indians who do not reside in India, non-resident Indians, they can use their international numbers to send money. As of now, this facility is available in 10 countries and regions: Singapore, Australia, Canada, Hong Kong, Oman, Qatar, the United States, Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, and the United Kingdom. These countries support this arrangement for now. The list is expected to grow. India launched the UPI as a public utility, and now it is sharing it with the rest of the world.